We are thrilled to be joined by Chisholm Jr. here on MLB Central. Jazz, thanks for the time. Good morning. Why is this event important to you and the foundation? What's the aim? What are you hoping to really accomplish, not only with this event, but all the existence of the foundation itself?
Thank you guys for having me. Good morning.
Good morning.
For me, it's just giving back to all the kids, man. Like, it's just something I never had as a kid. And I feel like for a guy in my position to be able to visit schools, visit little leagues, own a little league that kids just go to for free, don't have to pay for anything, go to schools, help them out with their education, help schools build things that they don't have for these kids that other schools have. And, you know, when you're a kid and you see other schools have something, you think you're less fortunate because your school don't have it. So for me, I just want to make everybody feel like they're not missing anything, you know, like it's an even ground that they're playing on and they're not lower than anybody else. So I always try to give back to all the kids that I'm around, at least, like playing in Florida, have a foundation partnership in Florida, and playing in New York, and obviously home in the Bahamas.
Jazz, jumping off the fact with the kids, my son's 15 years old. I coach his travel baseball team, and I mean this when I say this. You are the one name that I hear more than any big leaguer's name in that clubhouse and in that dugout. Are you aware of the impact that you are having with that generation and wave of the youth?
A little bit now I am. You know, when I was younger, I wasn't really as aware of how much impact. I'm super aware. I have my own little league now. I have my own travel ball team that my little brother is the head coach of, and I try to show up every time, you know, like try to help out with the kids and everything. So for me, like now I'm super aware. Every time I step around kids, they freak out. So like right now, I just try to be my best example for the kids, like, and everything like that.
Jazz, what are you going to wear to the fashion event? How would you describe your style? Oh, let's go.
I'm just going to say, I say this every day when I walk into the locker room. Aaron Judge is going to look better than me. That's it.
That's it. He's the only one?
That's it. He's the only person because he thinks he got more drip than me. That's the only thing.
Does he?
Aaron Judge is not going to look better than me. See, like, that day he was dressed like the president, but I was dressed like a superstar. You know what I mean? Like, it's two different things.
They're not the same.
Man,
I mean, Jazz, you can pull off a lot. And I think this event it really speaks to your passions: baseball, charity, fashion, and the arts. I mean, you're kind of a renaissance man in that way. You produce music. Where does that come from?
I feel like it just comes from like my love of like just everything. You know what I mean? Like from I was a kid, I was singing in church, singing at school talent shows, drawing stuff, like trying to create clothes, cutting up my clothes. I mean, it's always been in me, you know, but sports was always my number one love. Baseball was my number one love. So like that was always my thing. But definitely fashion was my biggest thing other than baseball, fashion and music, and also giving back to kids. Like my grandma always told me, like from I was a kid, I was always good with my little siblings, my little cousins, and probably got like 25, 30 cousins running around. That's why my grandma always told me, like one day, like kids are just going to adore me one day. So I just took it into my real life thing and try to make it better for all of them.
Jazz, what I love so much about your story is that you've been this since day one. Even when you were with the Marlins, I was coming down to the Bahamas. I've been to your event that you had in the Bahamas for a couple years and seeing the relationship that you create with the community and also how many teammates, friends, and family come out to support you. You're sitting here talking about your grandmother, talking about coming from the Bahamas. How much do you think coming from the Bahamas changed your perspective on why you want to be a part of this and change so many lives?
I feel like it's just because I just watch my grandma a lot, you know, like everybody knows I say this all the time. My grandma's more famous than me in the Bahamas. Everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was like, I would watch so many people my age come up to me when I was like 18, 19 years old and be like, hey, if it wasn't for your grandma, I wouldn't be here right now. Like she took me away from the stuff in the streets and brought me to her softball camp or her baseball camp. Like, you know what I mean? My grandma, they're both my grandmas right there. My grandma is she's an idol to a lot of people in the Bahamas and a lot of people from the hood and from nothing. So to see all these people come up to me that have something now where they came from, and it's like, if it wasn't for your grandma, I wouldn't be here today. Like, it just makes me feel like I have a part to do that my grandma left for me.
Does your grandma love your swag? Does she love the fashion? Is she
you
into
ain't
it as
seen
well?
her just now in that picture? You ain't see she had on the purple top with the purple and white J's?
You know where you couldn't have swag?
In Detroit.
In Detroit.
You see her chain? She picked up her own chain. My family got a little bit of swag.
Jazz, how are you supposed to get hits in Detroit when you look like Nanook of the North? They know you're from the Bahamas, and you're up there trying to get ABs. Mize is throwing splits. You looked miserable.
I just started to get the feeling back in my
Jazz, I've been trying to get my co-hosts to wear chains or bracelets. Robert won't. D-Ro says, I'm 50 years old. I'm just hanging on for dear life. How can we swag them up a little bit?
It's over.
I mean, D-Ro.
Not over yet?
D-Ro, you got a perfect name for a chain, pendant.
Really?
Oh, yeah, get a little D-Ro chain.
I'm 50.
So you don't have to get the big diamonds. You just need a small pendant on it.
Just to let them know?
Just let them know who you are, man. Ain't you from the Bronx? You're supposed to have a little gold. Ain't you from New York? Have a little gold around the neck.
I like that.
Jazz, every time I see you, you're in a great mood. What makes you angry? What makes you in a bad mood? Give me something.
Bad calls.
What?
Bad call.
Bad calls.
Bad calls.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I'm with
Bad
you.
calls is the only thing that gets me in a bad mood. I think yesterday, the first time Judge really seen me ever upset was yesterday.
Jazz,
But-
you got that huge collection behind you. Best pair of kicks. Behind, no, that's not your whole collection, so I'm sure you can let us know about that. But you got to have one pair back there that we got to show off.
I mean, I always think my best pair is always like a tribute pair.
Yeah.
What do you got? What are you going to pull out?
Yeah, those are nice.
The
Jackies.
Jackie Robinson.
These are my favorite pair. Not touched. Still got the laces and stuff in them. The patches.
When you walk
Man.
in those, Jack, do you walk like everybody else? Like you got a stick in your behind to where you can't crease the shoe, or are you just walking in your shoes?
I don't think he would.
Like,
He's not wearing
are
it.
you worried about the
I ain't
crease?
gonna lie.
Huh?
I got too many shoes for that.
You can crease them up. We good.
How many of those
I'll get a
shoes?
pair.
How many of those shoes have you worn in that room?
There's a lot that's not worn.
That's amazing.
I
I
miss
probably
free
got
stuff.
half a wall.
I miss free
I
stuff.
could do a
D-Ro.
whole wall and put all new shoes on that side.
Hey, Jazz. These torpedo bats, this is a real thing? Right?
You got to
And
guys
that's
still out there throwing 100.
exactly. It just moves that sweet spot down just a smidge.
I don't believe that either.
No.
Oh.
So why
It
you
doesn't. I think
using
it
it? Just
just-
feels better?
I think it gives you a mental edge. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like when you're a kid and you go up to play with a bigger barrel, you think you have a bigger barrel, a big bat, and you just start swinging it, and everything is like, oh, I can hit everything with this ball, with this bat. That's just the mental of it. Because like you've seen guys go up there with the torpedo bat.
When we
not
get-
do well. Like
When we get done with this interview, grab a bat and hit your smoke alarm, because I think you need a
we can hear
battery.
The battery needs to be replaced. That's what that.
It's one of the most frustrating things in the world.
Hey, the good news is, Jazz, it didn't start at like 3:30 in the morning when you're trying to get some sleep. So it's still in the middle of the day. You're good.
What do you eat for breakfast?
Hey, real quick, where can people find information on the event? Where should, if they want to know or donate to your foundation, where can people go to get in contact with your foundation?
you can go on Instagram and type in Jazz Chisholm Foundation.
Okay.
You can DM there. The link should be in the bio. And
Okay.
I think,
And jazzchisholmfoundation.org. There you go.
yes, sir.
All right. Well,
We need to know.
oh,
Yeah, what do you have for breakfast?
My chef is cooking right now.
God, I want a chef.
I want to shift.
What's the order?
Dang it.
But I think we have brown cinnamon sugar butter pancakes right now with turkey bacon, eggs, and a bowl of fruit, fresh
Oh,
fruit.
my God.
That's playing for the tie. That's a strong
Home cream with
tie.
homemade whipped cream.
That's just, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like a dude that gets knocks. That's the diet of a dude that gets knocks right there.
That's why I think we can get back in New York. With my hips back.
That by
That's
me.
right.
Hey, real quick, Jazz, your 162 average with the Yankees, 41 homers, 61 stolen bases.
Yeah, give me that.
Not bad.
Sounds about normal.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Jazz, you're one of our favorites, man. We appreciate it. Best of luck with the event, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
You got it.
How pleasant I am on set.
You're so pleasant. Joel Sherman just said he's so pleasant, and he is. And he joins us on the Inside Corner. Good morning to you. You're very pleasant, and you make bold statements all the time. But for now, a couple weeks into the season, we are reserving judgment, right? Is that fair? About a few trends, but we're tracking.
Yeah, like stuff happens early in the season, and I go, I kind of had a hunch about that, but it's still too early to say the hunch was right, but I want to monitor it.
Okay.
And so, like, there was a hunch. Both Casey Mize and Spencer Torkelson had big springs. They needed to. The Tigers they were the #1 overall picks in 2018 and 20. Remember last year, Spencer Torkelson, they go to the playoffs for the first time since 2014. Torkelson's in the minor leagues for 2.5 months. Mize is in the bullpen when they get there. So you're like, are they ever going to get anything out of them? They don't have jobs in spring training, like clear jobs to make the roster. They both make the roster. And here's Casey Mize pitching like towards a top of the rotation guy. early this season. Remember, he comes into this season, career 9-19, 4.36 ERA. First 2 starts, and again, only 2 starts, but the splitter is the big deal here. Fastball top of the zone at 95, and the splitter has become a wipeout pitch. He's added 2 miles per hour with it. Look, the difference in velocity. Nobody's gotten a hit yet. Look at the whip numbers against him. Now let's flip over to Torkelson. He was a bench player to begin this season. Gleyber Torres gets hurt. So Colt Keith moves from first to second. Torkelson moves at first. The big deal, hitting it harder, hitting it in the air, and pulling it. Look at how these numbers have improved across the board. They are going to have a fascinating decision in a few days when Gleyber Torres comes back, what to do at first base.
It's so interesting because I was with the Tigers in camp and I spoke with Spencer Torkelson. He was working on those adjustments that you were talking about, trying to make the team. It's just so cool to see it all come to fruition. The Tigers can pitch it. That's the magic in October, right? Rotations are not set. They don't look now how they're going to look in October, but early season Orioles and Yankees have left you wanting more.
Again, I wondered in spring training, for example, had the Orioles done enough? They lose Corbin Burns. They know they're going to play this season, almost all of it or all of it without Kyle Bradish. They didn't make the big move in the offseason. They signed 1-year contracts with Charlie Morton and Sugano. And so far, 5.79 ERA for their rotation. That's the worst in the majors. Grayson Rodriguez, elbow inflammation. He's throwing, but he hasn't even begun a rehab assignment. Like you look down the line, they have 2 starters. Look at this. These are the worst 2 ERAs in the major leagues right now. Again, it's only 2 weeks. You think it will normalize. We don't expect Dylan Cease, Merrill Kelly, Justin Verlander to be among the worst either. But this was the area they needed to be league average or better because their young offensive core is so strong that if they just got performance here, it could do so much better. And by the way, in their same division, the Yankees, if you look at them, one of the success stories, they kind of won the division last year, Lauren, by performing terrific early in the year while Garrett Cole was out. Luis Gil stepped in and kind of won the AL Rookie of the Year right away with it. And they performed great. If you look at what they did, say, like over the first 12, 13 games last year, as opposed to this year, look at the difference. Yesterday, Max Fried, 7 shutout innings. That was the first time the Yankees had a quality start this year. They have a starter with over a 5 ERA, Rodon. They have a guy with a 6 ERA in Warren, and they have 2 over 7 in Carrasco and Stroman. They should get Clark Schmidt back next week, maybe Hill by June. But Cole's not coming back to help them this year. This is the group, at least until July 31st, that has to solve.
They do have 7 wins despite it. I'm a glass half full kind of gal. Robert isn't happy about his Astros, Joel. He talks about it every morning. Give him reason for optimism? No?
I just wonder, is there some curse at first base with the Astros?
It's 2 weeks. You stop it right now.
Well, it isn't 2 weeks. Since 2022, here's the numbers.
I know.
This is Gurriel's last year, Abreu for a year and a half on a $58 million contract. By the way, they're still paying $19.5 million to Jose Abreu to not play this year. Nevertheless, they invested 3 years at $60 million on Christian Walker.
And
Again,
he's
it's
a
2
stud.
weeks. It's 2 weeks. His defense is still playing, but 18 strikeouts early in the season, 1 homer, 1 RBI. What's going on?
Defense is
the
still
Bermuda
playing.
Triangle move to first base.
Chris
and
Walker's defense changes the complexion of games. I go back to that series in the postseason against the Dodgers. He saved 10 runs in a 3-game series.
I actually think he's a well above average player. And that, like, if you were asking me in the group something that I think will normalize for the positive, I would say that. But just why have they not been able to solve
Robert,
this
your
position?
mic's not on.
My bad.
I can't hear you.
He's about to get scorching hot.
Yes, he is. His old teammate, Corbin Carroll, already scorching hot.
Yeah, just interesting. First half last year, not very good. Second half, great. We probably should have paid attention to that. Corbin Carroll is one of the best players in baseball. And if you'd like to see where he stands since the middle of last season, since the All-Star break, the 2 MVPs, Judge and Ohtani, and the guy who was the AL runner-up, Bobby Witt Jr., number 4, Corbin Carroll in WAR. He's lighting it up again early this year. I think that's who he is, the guy from 2023 who won Rookie of the Year and was a top contender for MVP and helped the Diamondbacks get to the World Series.